Welcome to RE Talks with Amit Vats. Today, we have with us Program Director, Ease of Doing Business, and Country Head at Advanced Services for Social and Administrative Reforms, ASAR, Project Director, National Highway for Electric Vehicles, NHEV, an ex-banker, technocrat, and a policy entrepreneur, a man with vision turning into adaptability. Pleasure to welcome Mr. Abhijit Sinha. Welcome, Mr. Sinha.
Thank you, Amit. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Thank you. Mr. Sinha, without further ado, I would like to come up with the first question which I have in mind that we at Informa Markets in India recently concluded Renewable Energy India Expo, Asia's most influential expo on renewable energy, a congregation of the industry after almost 18 months of disruption. How do you look at your participation at REI and moreover the CEO roundtable?
I was very encouraged, very motivated, and to an extent, when we were going through lockdown, we started losing hopes that whether we will come out of this pandemic alive or not. It was a program which I have attended before COVID pandemic also, and I was very happy to see the energy that people are back and they are connecting with each other. They are, having their own hopes and all whatever pandemic has taken from us, it is coming back on the track. And at the side, I also understood that there is a vision which leadership has for renewable energy, since it was a positive notion which Informa Market made for with this renewable energy expo after a gap of 1 year. I also had an opportunity to attend one of the very fine CEO roundtable, and this brings me to a completely different dynamics. The reason which leadership has, the kind of commitment and kind of motivation which leadership wish to give to the industry, I'm sorry I could not see that getting or touching the ground. So there were a lot of ground realities I came to know. There are a lot of issues which people in a very articulated and very pragmatic manner they presented in the CEO roundtable, and I compliment Informa Market for organizing such important roundtable and in such an important and such a beautiful way where I could have gone away with very different type of takeaway if I was not a part of that CEO roundtable. Actually, the pain related to policy, pain related to fair competition, pain related to certainties and clarity, this all came into CEO roundtable. I think there is a huge gap between the vision and the implementation which is reaching on the ground.
True that. Thank you so much, Mr. Sinha. In fact, it was our honor and a privilege to have you in that CEO roundtable. So, moving further, uh, since when I've already been flabbergasted with the fact that we've been associated with a man of your charisma, and it has been a pleasure to associate with ease of doing business as well, right from with REI. So since you were part of REI, Mr. Sinha, what outcome do you see coming out of the extensive exercise on industry prescriptions that Informa Market and Ease of Doing Business team congregated from the CEO roundtable?
I mean, you guys doing wonderful job, but I see people who are predetermined, who says there is no benefit of sending delegation, there is no benefit of sending representation. Only those things will happen which actually people has pre mindset to do that. Whether it's a tax slab or it's a new policy which is coming up, but I believe there is a gap where we can work and where actually ease of doing business team and Informa Market is trying to work is if there is a problem, if there is an issue which to an extent industry is interpreting that it is inevitable, we cannot avoid this. The same side there could be some enablers and boosters also. Now, what enablers or boosters can be given to the industry? This is not one person exercise. This is a joint exercise. And in that joint exercise, my team and Informa Markets has incorporated all those descriptions which came from the industry, and we would be tabling it very soon to actually make some way out of it. Because if it is a matter of costing, if it is a matter of pricing, if it is a matter of tariff, it need to be subsidized. It need to be compensated if industry honestly coming up and saying it's a loss position for them.
True that. True that. Thank you. Uh, and Mr. Sinha, you're also heading National Highway for Electric Vehicles pilot project as project director in additional charge. Do you see the electric mobility coming up anywhere shortly in the design to boost RE adoption?
Renewable energy and electric mobility definitely together they actually say clean transport. Without renewable energy, we can say electric transport, but we cannot say it's a clean transport. It is zero tailpipe emission. You were burning diesel inside the vehicle. Now, if we will not switch to renewable, we will be burning that in terms of coal into thermal power plants. So I look at it as a do not look at it as a standalone solution. And definitely, both these technologies are new, and they have to join hand together with each other. And this the best way to do this is already there are a lot of grid conversion and a lot of adoption going on. But if we talk about standalone charging stations, which are the future for India and which are at least future for next 5 to 6 years, these stations cannot be only grid connected. There should also be derivatives which can be solar powered. And that is the place where I see National Highway Electric Vehicle giving a new type of generation. If you go online and try to search petrol pump layouts, you will get many layouts, 5 nozzle, 6 nozzle, 9 nozzles. But if you go today and try to search a charging station layout with its electric framework, hardly you will get anything on internet. And I think renewable energy, when they do a joint exercise with National Highway EV, they will at least be able to give that comparison that which station or whichever power we are going to disseminate for electric mobility, that station can have two type of infrastructure, two type of layout, and two type of power source. One can be the conventional, and one can be a solar powered or renewable energy powered.
Mr. Sinha, we definitely look forward for this kind of a vision coming into reality sooner. You know, Mr. Sinha, now taking the association further with ease of doing business and National Highway of Electric Vehicles, with the upcoming Electric Mobility Pavilion at RenewX, which is happening in Hyderabad on 19th and 20th, I would like to ask, why should both EV and RE be part of the pavilion, moreover at RenewX?
At RenewX, I think it's a very already it has made a mark in the field, in the region, in the regime of as an event, as an congregation of renewable energy and its players. To me, what pilot, which both pilots of National Highway EV are Delhi, Jaipur, and Delhi Agra in North India, and this changes a lot of contribution. Even the power which we receive from renewable energy is differ from North India to South India. The sunlight and everything, the technical specification are different, costings are different, and many other things which are different. So I believe there should be another extension of National Highway EV in the southern side. And when we have completed our pilots on Delhi, Jaipur, and Delhi, Agra, definitely we will not need to do a repilot again, but an extension on many other highways which are originating or crossing in southern region. That can be core area where more people can identify more highways, and the process which we have proposed to make normal highway e-highways, it's so easy after the pilot of Delhi, Jaipur, and Delhi, Agra, that any state government can opt for it. They just have to provide a starting point and ending point, and our team they do a very quick learning what they have from the pilot, and they arrive on a costing of how many stations required. And these stations include everything. There is civil infrastructure, the solar power. So all this demand which will be generated on the southern side, Renewix is going to be place where people will be coming, those who have participated in the pilot in the North India and those who are already trying to do a lot of stuff into EV and renewable energy, both can be showcased there, and people who actually have to select more companies to do these highways e-highway, they can come, and it's a good ground to arrange a marriage between both electric and renewable energy.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sinha. We definitely look forward for all the companies to be part of the electric pavilion at RenewX and make the best out of it. So, again, an extension to the question. Uh, you've worked in the north. Now, any specific reason to choose Hyderabad or Telangana for choosing the NHEV footprint in southern region? Do you see Telangana coming as a hub for e-mobility in the region, or it's because of their ease of doing business policies?
Amit, I would say my experience with ease of doing business, and particularly we communicate with many states in many of the pilots which are done in one district or one city, one hospital, one airport, one captive location. And once the scalability is there, then we recommend this when we send this to many state government. My experience of working with the states, particularly with Telangana, has been very, very good, and it reflects in their ease of doing business efforts also. And if you look at Telangana as a state for EV, it adds value, more value to it. They are already doing very well in EV. And what National Highway EV is definitely on a different type of note. The procurement model is different, financing model is different, the annuity hybrid e-mobility is getting prototyped into this. So it requires a lot of motivation for a state government to adopt a new technology, adopt a new procurement model, adopt a new way of changing their highways into e-highway. And when you look at new type of from conservative to a progressive, few states who have actually recorded their willingness to adopt a reform on the higher pace. Telangana is one of them, and I believe such models will be very successful, and they will be able to pick it up very, very fast. Not like other states who are still thinking between the traditional and the hybrid model. So that is one of the reasons. Second, EV as a hub, Telangana has already done an excellent job, and by technology, by manufacturing, everything which is around EV is already growing there. Our presence or our handshake with uh, renewable energy and with Telangana government will only give one thing, that people who are little reluctant to buy a new vehicle because they will not be able to use that vehicle out of city is going to go away. And all connected highways, they will be able to motivate more people to buy more vehicle. And when we say not only going out of city, but also the capex wise, the turnover wise, the break even wise, state government has no loss. They can even open it for the private allocation like petrol pumps. We have made the process and we have made the allocation and funding so easy that it can be, verbally, literally, it can be compared like a petrol pump. Not as much as in the income, but government can completely open a new wing to invite applications for more and more stations. And this can, Telangana can be the first state who has all their highways EV. It is possibility. I'm speculating right now, but it is a possibility which can happen.
Great. Thank you so much, Mr. Sinha, for your thoughts for that matters. I have a personal question, if you don't mind, Mr. Sinha. Now, the
Please.
question goes like that, you've been a banker, you've been a technocrat, you've been to policy advisory, you've been into so many things. So when Mr. Sinha finds time, when he finds time, and if he does find time, what does he do in his free time?
I had a hobby of writing, but now that creative writing become technical writing, and technical writing become proposal writing. So right now, not left with any hobby, but someday if I am relaxed, I am not having anything. I write one or two lines and send it somewhere, post it somewhere.
Right.
Nothing more than that. That's the only hobby now left with me. Rest everything is disappeared by the work schedule.
No, no, definitely. We would like to hear those lines one fine day, probably at RenewX, one of the fine evening once we have done with the sustainability movement. In fact, thank you so much for your time out of your busy schedule. And we definitely look forward to see you at RenewX with a greener, cleaner, and sustainable chapter. Thank you so much, Mr. Sinha, for the time.
Thank you. Thank you so
Look
much,
forward to
Sunil.
see you.
It's a
Yes.
pleasure to be with you and your team. All the best and compliments for Renewex. See you.
Thank you so much.